So D'ontra, you have been pro crypto in the past. I'm not sure exactly how you feel about it this minute, but I think you see some merit in it. But this NFT thing, these non-fungible tokens, seems like a different story. Tell me a little bit what you're thinking about them.
Yeah. So the interesting thing when it comes down to it is, uh, call me the guy that wants to ruin the party, right? But I think that this is like a huge like flashbang. Um, if you didn't know that there was an asset bubble, here's your glaring red flag,
Now you
right?
know.
When and this isn't to knock the artists people or anyone else out there that's building their NFTs. Like go get it, right? I understand the hustle, but it's funny
But
where
hurry
you
up, get it
can,
right now.
right, like this is a limited time opportunity, right? And it's so interesting because it's like, we're seeing the dollar equivalency in a lot of these conversations. But what we're not seeing is what is the cryptocurrency that was actually used to buy this certain thing. And it could have been a cryptocurrency that was created, I don't know, a month or two ago, right? And someone's now marketing and going, oh hey, my artwork is bidding at this amount because this is the coin of choice that I want to take for this particular transaction. That's not in the case of people, it was ether, but nevertheless, to me, it creates a scenario where you are purchasing something, or you have buying power with something that you created, and you're purchasing something that you also created. And the only time the real world really interacts with you is if they're willing to buy either one of these two things that you created. So you're really creating wealth literally out of thin air. The unfortunate thing with these NFTs, and I think someone said this, I was watching MSNBC the other day, they're like, for NFTs to really truly have value, you need to anchor it to the real world.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, you do. Because if the electricity goes out, this artwork of, that was sold for $69 million, what happens to it? Right? Sure, it's on a thumb drive somewhere. That's owned by, whoever has possession of it at that time, but it has no value ultimately.
But isn't that a
But I don't
criticism
know.
of cryptocurrency in general? Or is there something specific about NFTs that makes it? I mean, I think they're a little bit frivolous on the face of it, like that cat, the
Sure.
cat and the rainbow that sold for millions of dollars. Like that was obviously
Oh,
ridiculous on its face. But
yep.
couldn't you say that about cryptocurrency in general and all these altcoins that people are creating?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can. And I think, the biggest hurdle for cryptocurrencies, period, well, besides getting mass adoption, was liquidation, right? How do you realize what was in that digital space and make it real,
Yeah.
right? That's always been the biggest hurdle. And the banks, with good reason, when a lot of these cryptocurrencies came out, said, hey, look, these, because we can't verify source of funds off the blockchain, or at least, the early days you couldn't, it's the perfect vehicle for money laundering,
Hmm.
right? And when I look at some of this, it wouldn't be the first time that we've heard that art was used to launder money, right? Like I'm not making that up. If you watch, I think it's like season 2 or season 3 of Billions. They went ahead and they were talking about moving monetary value through art, right? Or parking their art offshore or whatever it was to hide money,
Yeah.
right? And so here we are in the digital universe where, hey, someone created the first digital house, NFT house that's up for sale. What the fuck, man? Like seriously, like what is going on? You can't physically go in it. I guess maybe you can enjoy it in the VR space, but where do we get to a point where someone goes, hold on a second, I'm going to wave a flag and say this is borderline lunacy, right?
Right.
Like I get it. We're on the precipice of diving into the virtual digital age. Like that's what we are. We're digital babies at this particular point. But when does someone step in and go, there's got to be somewhat of a limit to where we're going to go and how these things are going to be valued?